And they're off. Quick start for Shoot for the Sky. Gioro is up close in the early going. Here's Bessie Coleman on the Equinox is in the mix too. Then comes Tom Starr taking fourth. At the back of the field are Glacier Rim, and Lead Away is at the back. It's Bessie Coleman who's the quickest around the first turn and leads 3/4 of a length. Shoot for the Sky is in second. Then on the Equinox, 2 off the pace in third, followed by Gioro inside Tom Starr. Another 3 back to Glacier Rim and Lead Away at the back. They swing on to the backstretch, chasing Bessie Coleman, who has it by a length and a half. On the Equinox end, Shoot for the Sky now back to third. Tom Starr fourth, just 3 lengths off the lead. Glacier Rim inches up on the outside of Gioro, and another 3 to Lead Away. Less than a half mile to go. Bessie Coleman and Kyle Frey to catch. A length and a half to the favorite on the Equinox in second. Then Shoot for the Sky on the rail third. Tom Starr now 3.5 off them, gets a cue, takes that third spot, 2 clear of Glacier Rim, outside Gioro and Lead Away. 1/4 of a mile to go. Bessie Coleman confronted now by On the Equinox. On the Equinox, red blinkers on the outside, is up to take the lead at the top of the stretch. Bessie Coleman back to second. Glacier Rim in the center of the course on the outside of Tom Starr. Gioro coming to the furlong pole, and Glacier Rim takes up the chase nicely on the Equinox. On the Equinox or Glacier Rim. Glacier Rim with the momentum on the outside. Glacier Rim gets up. Running down On the Equinox. Lead Away from last into third in front of Gioro. And they're off. Cajun Brother, hard ridden for speed. Impossible Task came away in good order. Divine Rascal in between them is in the firing line behind the big favorite. Wrastler is 1 from the rail, putting his head into second, and Slew's Joy is down on the fence. So it will be Cajun Brothers setting the tempo all alone by 3 over Wrastler second. Then Slew's Joy, Impossible Task is fourth, 5 off the pace past the half-mile pole. Divine Rascal, Worth Looking, and 4 more to Tahoe's Secrets. They're coming to the 3/8 pole, and Cajun Brother is loose. Cajun Brother by 4. Wrastler is second by 3. Then it's Slew's Joy, Impossible Task. Behind them, Divine Rascal. Down at the rail, Worth Looking is trying to get a piece, hugging the rail. And a long way to Tahoe's Secrets, turning for home. Cajun Brother, Wrastler trying his best within 3 of the pacemaker. 4 clear of Divine Rascal and Worth Looking. Worth Looking takes third, has his sights on second as Cajun Brother has basically waved goodbye. He's got a 5-length lead. Worth Looking is picking up momentum and is clearly second, but no one's getting to Cajun Brother. Cajun Worth Looking was second, Slew's Joy third, then Divine Rascal. Grejo to the outside. They're off. It's a good start for Ocasek. Torleaf is coming through along the inside to take the lead, and Cangrejo is just outside of them. Then comes Tommy the Train, 4th through the early stages, followed by Kiss Me You Fool, 3 off the leaders. Another 2 back to Wins It Well, racing outside Ignatowski, and Royal Curlin is at the back. Past the half-mile pole with Torleaf the leader, pressed by Ocasek second. A length and a half to Tommy the Train, who's racing right next to Cangrejo, third and fourth. 2 more back to Kiss Me You Fool, who's 6 lengths off the leader. Down at the rail, Ignatowski, Wins It Well, is just outside of them, and Royal Curlin is out of it. They're coming to the quarter pole, and Tommy the Train gets some breathing room and is on the outside of Ocasek. Tommy the Train comes to him. It's Okasik and Tommy the Train squaring off at the 8th pole. 4 lengths back to Torleaf in third. Okasik is tough. He won't lay down. Tommy the Train is a half length back second. Ignatowski in third. 16th pole. Okasik, Tommy the Train. Okasik on the inside of Tommy the Train. Okasik turns away Tommy the Train. Ignatowski third, and then came Royal Curlin from last into fourth. They're all in line. And they're off. Spagliato is out on top. Here's Hot Legs Romolo on the far outside, flashing some speed, and is over to glide over and take command. Bert's Prospect is in the top flight, as is Circle of Champions in the red, who moves through to take second. Then Bear Hunt now fourth by the stands, with Night Out in between horses. Spagliato, who broke well, 5 lengths off the lead. Ubakakeo is toward the back of the field, with Pete's Old Fashioned and Size Does Matter is at the back. Around the first turn, Hot Legs Romolo cruising along, 3/4 of a length to Circle of Champions. Bert's Prospect in the clear. Spagliato, good trip at the rail, fourth, just 3 lengths off the leaders. Then it's Night Out, followed by Bear Hunt, who's 6 lengths off the pace. Ubakakeo is next, followed by Pete's Old Fashioned and Size Does Matter. They're heading toward the half-mile pole, and it's Hot Legs Romolo just in front, prompted by Circle of Champions. Comfortable a half length back away, and then comes Bert's Prospect, inching up a closer third. Spagliato continues a nice journey in fourth, the length back to Night Out, who's 4 lengths off the lead. Ubakakeo is down on the inside. Size Does Matter in the pink is starting to pass some rivals. Within 5 of the pace, he's caught wide, but picking up momentum. The 2 trailers, Bear Hunt, and at the back is Pete's Old Fashioned. They're a 1/4 mile from home. Circle of Champions, Bert's Prospect, trail, Hot Legs Romolo digging in. Spagliato gets some room. Far outside, Size Does Matter has surface, but Hot Legs Romolo has no intention of slowing down. Hot Legs Romolo, Spagliato's trying to get him now. Spagliato's had the dream trip right up to Hot Legs Romolo. Late run, Ubakakeo. Spagliato recently put on a clinic. Hot Legs Romolo, Ubakakeo was a hard-charging third. Size Does Matter up for fourth. We're in the gate. And they're off. Very slow start for Girl Can't Help It, who's faced with a tall order. The rest of them almost line up across the track. Stormy Gal, not quick out of there, but sprinting rapidly, coming through along the inside to take the lead into the first turn. With Pancho Barnes 2 lengths back in second. Then it's Take Care of Me and Noble Runner on the outside. Noble Runner takes third, followed by Round and Circles. Auditory second to last. And Girl Can't Help It is 7 lengths off what appears to be a quick tempo. They're onto the backstretch behind Stormy Gal. 2-length advantage, Pancho Barnes in second. Then comes Take Care of Me, 1 from the outside. Noble Runner, 3 deep, 4 off the pace. Round in Circles is next. Girl Can't Help It moves up between rivals, and Auditory is just outside of them. And Auditory is starting to pick up some momentum now, all the way up to take fourth into the far turn, where it's still Stormy Gal coming to the 3/8 pole in front by 3. Take Care of Me in second. Pancho Barnes passed now by Auditory. Sustained bid for Auditory all the way up to take second. Girl Can't Help It in the white colors is 2 lengths behind Auditory and 5 lengths off the lead coming to the quarter pole. Stormy Gal digging in, 3-length lead. Girl Can't Help It marching up on the outside of Auditory as the field turns for home. Girl Can't Help It keeps on grinding away at Stormy Gal, who's under serious pressure now. And Girl Can't Help It up to take the lead with a 16th of a mile to go, leaving Auditory, Stormy Gal, and all the others well behind. Girl Can't Help It from last to first, wrapped up by Kyle Frey. Auditory was second, Stormy Gal third, Round in Circles a distant fourth. Friday of the meet. We're in the gate. And they're off. Clubhouse Bride bounces out of the gate very quickly. Also showing speed is Sassy Prancelot. Ms. Club Cali in between them. Proof She Zips in the pink in fourth. They're followed by No Cap, fifth through the opening stages, just 3 lengths off the lead. Nini Diamond is next. Bold Choice second to last. And Dory Miller just went by her. 6 lengths covers this compact group. Ms. Club Cali is on even terms with Clubhouse Bride moving into the far turn. Sassy Prancelot in third. Proof She Zips has to go widest of all, and No Cap headstrong behind horses, 3 lengths off the lead. Nini Diamond in the orange has 4 to make up, 2 lengths clear of Dory Miller, and it's another 3 to Bold Choice. Ms. Club Cali just in front, Sassy Prancelot pressing on the outside. Proof She Zips is in the thick of it. Clubhouse Bride drops back. No Caps has been looking for room, trying to find it now. Dory Miller and Nini Diamond. Dory Miller coming through along the inside. Nini Diamond far outside. It's a driving finish. Dory Miller, Nini Diamond on the outsides coming fast. Dory Miller, Nini Diamond. Nini Diamond wins it. Tight photo for second. It's very close between Dory Miller and Proof She Zips. Bold Choice finished fourth. They're in the gate. And they're off. Silverado Storm, Mr. Machu Picchu, and on the outside of them, Run a Booty Run. Run a Booty Run is a little bit quicker and takes the lead. Just behind them, Empire Warrior, Packs a Punch is racing in between horses, and Buttermaker outside of that pair, 4 lengths off the lead. 4 back to Citizen Barrett, and Valentine Candy is at the back of the field. Into the far turn, Silverado Storm and Run a Booty Run, 3/4 back second. Mr. Machu Picchu in third, and then comes Empire Warrior with 4 lengths to make up. Packs a Punch hard ridden. Citizen Barrett is trying to make some headway along the inside. Valentine's Candy in between horses, a little bit in front of that rival, angling out. It's a distance to Buttermaker, top of the lane, and Silverado Storm has opened up. It's a 4-length lead with a furlong left to go. Mr. Machu Picchu trying to hold second. Valentine's Candy and Citizen Barrett past the 16th pole, and Silverado Storm is home free. Silverado Storm wins by almost 5 lengths. It's a tight photo for second, very close indeed, between Citizen Barrett and Valentine's Candy. Mr. Machu Picchu finished fourth. Jack Kerouac to the outside. Goes in. And they're off. Clean start. Phosphorescence in the pink colors is going straight to the lead. Jack Kerouac has hustled hard, though, and wants that lead, takes it away. Behind them, Fireman Dan is in third, followed by Mongolian Altai, Flint Stroll. Zalamo is 3 deep into the first turn. They're on the outside of Lahaina Flavor, and the early trailer is Kimmer. 7 lengths covers the field, and it is Jack Kerouac, the clear-cut advantage, has it by almost 2 lengths. Phosphorescence in second, with Fireman Dan on the outside third. Mongolian Altai is fourth on the inside with the red cap, 3.5 or so off the lead, with Zalamo outside Flint Stroll, 2 clear of Lahaina Flavor, and then the trailer remains Kimmer. They're racing to the half-mile pole behind Jack Kerouac. Leading the way, a length and a half. Fireman Dan in second. Phosphorescence tucked in neatly at the rail in third. Then comes Zalamo, 3 wide, Mongolian Altai in a tad tight, and the same could be said for Flint Stroll in between horses. They're joined 3 deep by Lahaina Flavor, who's just 5 lengths off the lead with a clear shot at them. 4 lengths back to Kimmer. They pass the quarter pole and turn for home. Jack Kerouac on the outside. Here's Zalamo coming for the lead, and there's room for Phosphorescence along the inside. Continued progress for Lahaina Flavor in the center of the course. Lahaina Flavor is kicking in now, and Lahaina Flavor comes to Zalamo and goes on by. Here's a triple for Umberto Rispoli. Lahaina Flavor wins by 2. Zalamo second, Jack Kerouac, and Phosphorescence.
Hi, everybody, and a happy Saturday to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for joining us. Can you believe it is 20 days from now when the first day of the Breeders' Cup Championship weekend is held down at Del Mar Thoroughbred Club? November 1st and 2nd. Hard to believe, but the person who's watching all the rehearsals is sitting next to me. His name, Toby Turrell. Toby, happy Saturday. Welcome to the seminar.
Hey, dittos, Tom, and happy Oktoberfest, too.
No doubt about it. Oktoberfest in fine kettle right here at San Anita, both today and tomorrow. Get involved and have some fun with Oktoberfest. Toby, you've been up probably since the crack of dawn, if not earlier. Plenty of workers this morning. One or two maybe catch your eye?
Well, I think we have to start with the chosen Vron, of course, Eric Kruljak's gem, diamond in the rough, if you will. Worked 59 flat today with Hector Barrios up. Hopefully he's on course. A little early still. Like you said, we still have 3 big weeks to go, but he looked good. And so did a horse called Sea Dancer for Tim Yakteen. This horse really caught my eye with the way this horse was finishing very strongly out there. And probably going to need a pen and pencil or pen and paper for the 2 names that are coming next. Going Viral and Marula.
Both first-time starters, I believe, down the road?
They are first-time starters, both trained by Richard Mandela and both by the big-time stallion Into Mischief.
Did they work in tandem or did they work separately?
They worked in tandem, and the key here is the final time was 1:17, and that means nothing because these horses were loaded. I mean, they were full of run coming down the lane, so that's kind of the angle there.
Speaking of loaded, Toby, October 21st, I found out yesterday, a week from Monday, is when the Del Mar Thoroughbred Club main track opens for training. Will you be shifting your tack down to Del Mar, or will you be staying here through the end of the meet?
I will be right here through the end of the meet and the day after. Mike Welsh will be here covering for the racing form. I'll be covering here for the racing form. So we will have both venues covered very well.
You're here every morning, both at Del Mar and Santa Anita, Toby. Is there a big difference in the mornings between the 2 main tracks, meaning Santa Anita and Del Mar? Do you think there's a preference we could lean one way or the other based upon workouts for any of the Breeders' Cup contenders? Would you like to see a work down at Del Mar? Does it not matter? Just give us your general opinion.
I really don't think it matters, to be honest with you. I believe that most of the horses here will stay here, actually, and have their final. That's my guess. That's what Bob Baffert usually does. So that's why I kind of prefer to be here, but I defer to my older colleague, Mr. Welsh. I have all the respect in the world for him. He will be there on the 21st. I will be there on the 29th.
You mentioned Bob Baffert, and of course the Del Mar Futurity winner. Gaming did not run in the American Pharoah, but I believe he's been on the work tab. Have you seen him work lately, and what do you think?
He should be due actually to work tomorrow. I've seen him a couple of times. We have been just tortured here with really bad dense fog, and therefore you could see a couple of works missing on a horse here or there. About 3 bad mornings here in the last 2 weeks. So he was one of them. He was in the fog.
You try and pick them up as they turn for home, so to speak, as they get closer to the wires. That generally all you can see sitting in the grandstand with your binoculars, if that.
You just wait for them to come out of the fog. It's very easy.
We're never in a fog when we have Toby Turrell as our seminar guest. We're going to rattle through today's 9-race card, watch some workouts and replays, find out who Toby likes on today's card. But before we do any of that, let's toss the microphone over to track announcer Frank Miramati and get the early changes on today's Saturday's card here at the Great Race Place.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Santa Anita Park, the Great Race Place. Track is fast and the turf course is firm. Here are the changes. Not many of them. In the first race, start of the 50-cent early, pick 5. There are no changes. Race 2, start of the early, pick 4. Number 7, Midnight Love, 1 pound over. Third race, scratch number 6, Don't Bring Crazy. And note that number 4, Platinum Diva, carries 1 pound over. The fourth is named in memory of David Hoffman's. Scratches or jockey changes. It's the start of the $2 pick 6 as we remember the legendary horseman. Race 5, start of the $3 all-turf pick 3, as well as the 50-cent late pick 5. There are no changes. In the 6th race, just the blinker note. The 6th race kicks off the late pick 4. The $3 late pick 3 starts with the 7th. Just those blinker notes. In the 8th race, scratch number 9, Magnify. Number 9, Magnify, is a late scratch. And that will put Miramati in his familiar role as the morning line favorite. The $5 late double starts with the 8th. And the 9th is the California Distaff Handicap. Super high 5 wagering is offered. Number 3, Prancing Through Paris, 2 pounds over. 5, Diamond Bar Gal, 2 pounds over. 6, Andiamo Ragazza, 1 pound over. And scratch number 12, Shamrockin'. Those are the changes on the 9-race card. Enjoy your afternoon at the Great Race Place. We are 58 minutes away from the opener. Let's go back to Quigley's Corner. Tom's special guest gives out winners for a living. Toby Turrell, clocker and publisher of the winner's card. You can find him on Twitter at MorningWorks.
Welcome back. We're talking horse with Toby Turrell. He's one of the most esteemed clockers anywhere in the country. He calls Southern California home, and you can find his work on a daily basis at casetherace.com. The website is called casetherace.com. Toby will amplify any significant workouts on every day's card, as well as give you his selections for all 9 races, both for Southern California and Northern California. It's the best $5 you'll spend in terms of investing, trying to find more winners. That's for sure. All right, Toby, let's try and find some winners on today's card, free of charge, courtesy of your time and analysis. Race number 1 begins the popular 50-cent early pick 5. We're sprinting 6 furlongs in the turf course for Calbred maiden special weights. The rails today are at 0 feet. We've got a field of 6, favoritism bouncing back and forth between number 4, Naturally Blonde, number 5, Breezy Blue. Currently, they're both on the tote board at 3-2. How'd you see race 1?
Well, I think there's a possibility in here for an upset. I do believe the obvious, most probable winner would be the 4-horse Naturally Blonde. She had a bad trip last time out and a good running line. That's a good combination. Showed good speed. She was trapped on the rail that day, and she had been working well. So the race really wasn't any fluke. She's a deserving favorite to me and the horse to beat. I'm going to try to beat her with the 2-horse Play My Speed. And my angle here is I believe this filly was cut out to be a turf horse from day one, and obviously Brian Corner thought so. First time out, she ran on turf, but she was eliminated that day, and I believe that's the key. She got off very slowly, checked very hard on the turn, so you can draw a line through her turf race. I think that's the key. Hopefully we don't draw a line through today's, and she wins 2 and 4 to kick us off.
Let's turn the page, take a look at race number 2. Begins the 50-cent early pick 4. This time we're sprinting on the main track. 5.5 furlongs of the distance for $20,000 claimers, a field of 7. Number 2, Chasing Money from the Red Hot Mark Glatbarn is the 2-1 morning line favorite. Kyle Frey in the saddle. What are your thoughts on race 2, Toby?
Yeah, I'm not going to get too creative in here. These are a couple of very seasoned veterans that I believe are in good shape. Number 1, Joe Don Looney, and number 2, Chasen Mooney. Either horse, I think, could win this race. Joe Don is taking the drop, I believe, where he needs to be to win. And the other horse has just come out of very highly rated, tough races and still looks very good condition-wise for Mark Glatz. So I would use them both, the 1 and the 2. And I'd even throw the 4 in there just because you want to spread as much as you can in that pick 5.
Let's focus your attention on number 7, Midnight Love, in race number 2, Toby. A claim back by the Hector Palma barn. And although he claimed him for $16,000, he bumps him up to $20. That might be a condition book type of play. Not sure what races were available. But when trainers reclaim a horse that was previously in their barn, do you tend to give them a second look?
Well, you have to. This horse I know was gelded, I believe, before the last race.
You're correct.
And, to me, he's moving way, way up in class, even more so than maybe the 16 to the 20 indicates.
Fair enough. Let's take a look at race number 3. We are going 1 mile on the main track for fillies and mares. Allowance optional claiming types, non-winners of 1 other than. Scratch the 6 leaves us with a field of 5. Cavallari, number 3, is the 6-5 morning line favorite from the Bob Baffert barn. Also pay attention to number 1, Simply Enchanting, trained by Phil D'Amato. Phil D'Amato on the cusp of winning 1,000 career victories. He got 999 yesterday. We'll see if he can get 1,000 today. Is it going to be in race 3, Toby?
It could be. And ironically enough, both horses here, the 2 favorites, most likely the 3 horse and the 1, they're both by Nyquist. And I remember saying on last time or the time before, Nyquist, Doug O'Neill really kind of so affectionate when he just heard the name of that stallion. And I took note. And ever since then, I've been watching Nyquist closely. And here he is with a couple of nice fillies. The 3 horse Cavalieri, I'll tell you what, this maiden win at Del Mar was, to me, jaw-dropping because I thought for sure she would cave down the stretch. She got absolutely cooked on the lead and still found more, still dug in and re-rallied, if you will, off of terrifically fast fractions. Very rare do you see that. Her workout solid on the 5th. And the 1 horse ran a winning race, flat out winning race for Phil D'Amato at Del Mar in her local, her ship back to Del Mar, I should say. 4 wide I've got and galloped out best. So called the horse actually much best when it came right down to it. So 3-1 here in race number 3.
Question for you, number 5, cast member, a multiple stakes winner who's a Calbred, now running against Open. Interesting trainer, Tim Yakteen, has been training this filly on the training track. Have you seen any of her works on the training track? And what do you think her chances are in race 3 today?
Yeah, I've seen them all. In fact, I think there's a method to the madness there, if you will. I do believe that this is a turf filly at heart, and therefore I think that's why she's training on the Tapeta. So with that said, she's got some quality to her. Look at her record. But to me, that's why I went with the other 2.
Race number 4, we're spreading 5.5 furlongs on the main track for fillies and mares. $16,000 is the claiming tag. Non-winners of 2 races lifetime is the condition. Race 4 also begins the $2 pick 6, the new popular traditional pick 6 here at San Ynez. Race 4 is also named in the memory of David Hoffmans, the multiple Breeders' Cup winning trainer who unfortunately passed away recently. I didn't know David that well, although I knew him a little bit in passing. Did you have much interaction with Mr. Hoffmans?
I did, and it was because of his son, Grant. I actually owned part of Grant Hoffman's first winner as a trainer in partnership, and he was stabled with his dad, and we got to go in the shed row and got to see the who's who of Alphabet Soup, all the great horses he trained for Golden Eagle and Miss Ritter, and it was really an experience. I'll tell you, he was always so cordial and polite. He didn't really have any reason to be like that with me, but he always was. He was very, very friendly to be around, and certainly a lot of memories there, big ones, especially with Alphabet Soup, when he, tongue-in-cheek, said he had a few dollars down on that horse.
He was a pure gentleman, that's for sure. That's his everlasting memory with me. Who's going to win race 4 named in his honor, Toby?
Well, I can't go against your 3-5 favorite in here, Perfect in Gray. To me, she really controls this race in every aspect. She's got speed. I don't think she needs a lead. She's already proven she's got some heart to me. She shows up in the mornings and tries hard, and everything just looks good here. I think for the 3-5 favorite. Now, the 6-horse Respect the Crown will be coming on late. She does have a bit of a kick to her, and she's due for, I think, a better trip than she's had of late. She's broke slow her last 2 races in a row and kind of been compromised. So you could make a little case, I believe, for a little upset there on the 6-horse Respect the Crown.
Number 7, Annie Fox, comes back in 8 days, and it puts a smile on my face because we don't see many trainers do this much anymore. Barry Abrams certainly comes to mind back in yesteryear, but she went up at Fresno for maiden special weight. Now she's in for 16. She's obviously sharp. She's won well the last 2 times up at Fresno. You give her little bit of a look with her early speed on the outside post?
Well, I mean, she's got that early speed, but so does your favorite. So if anything, maybe she'll soften the favorite up a little bit.
Fair enough. Let's take a look at race number 5. Begins not only the 50-cent late pick 5, but also the $3 all turf pick 3. And we kick both those wagers off going 1 1/8 in race number 5 on the turf course. Allowance optional claiming types. Non-winners of 2 other than. Take note, number 7, Old Pal, is a first-time gelding. Number 3, Eye on Rye, very flattering victory last time out with 2 next out winners. Exiting the race that Eye on Rye won from the Ron Ellis barn is now 2-1 today with Victor Espinoza in the saddle. Give us your thoughts on race 5, Toby.
I believe that the 2-horse in here, Escape Artist, is excellent value at 6-1. On the morning line. The last race, I think you can draw a line through that. The race was actually won by another Eclipse horse that they own named Air Force Red, and nice horse. Hey, look who ran 3rd there, Cabo Spirit. He won giant here on the
$50-some on the win end from Mr. Papapadromo.
So those are the only 2 horses. This horse, prior to that, he got beat ahead by Ryquist, who is my second choice. Now, this horse, I believe, was tons the best that day. 5 wide and very ranked, overcame a lot. And I love the way the horse has been working out. Rispoli has been on this gelding. I think he's a solid citizen here. Ryquist, I think, is the horse to beat. Ryquist was Johannes' workmate for months, it seems. So this horse has certainly been toughened up for Mr. Yachtine.
And there's that sire for Ryquist, Nyquist as well, cleverly named son of Nyquist. Certainly he's becoming, as you mentioned a little bit earlier, Toby, a very prolific stallion and making his impact felt not just here in Southern California, but all around the country. Race number 6 begins the 50-cent late pick 4. We're going 1 mile on the main track for maiden special weight 2-year-old fillies. We've got a field of 8. The morning line favorite number 2, How Win, the first-time starter from the Bob Baffert barn, is 5-2 on the morning line. Before we get your thoughts on the race, we wanted to watch a workout that you wanted us to see for number 7, Rio del Sol. This is a team drill back on September 28th. You can see that Rio del Sol is down on the inside. Take a look at the exercise riders' movements, or lack of arm movements, I should say. Certainly a very impressive workout for this daughter of American freedom.
Yes, indeed. And I believe that's Kimura in the saddle there that day. And take note of the good hold on the turn. And very relaxed. And I like the way this horse settled to the hold, not fighting the hold, just settled, listening to the rider. Never going to move all the way down the stretch. And right here, you think it's going to be a head-and-head duel between these 2 horses, but not so. Just stay tuned and watch this horse just pull away with consummate ease. Look at the easy, fluid strides here, and look at the ears underneath the wire. Everything and more you'd want to see from a big-time work there.
And just a second-time starter. It's only her second career lifetime start. Having said that, How Win debuting 2 turns, being a daughter of Gunrunner, we see that you actually have her second. How's How Win been training into her debut?
You know, she is a filly that could be precocious. I believe she's been really kind of handled patiently by Baffert. Been very methodically just building her up with each work, and kind of threw her to the wolves against an older horse in the last gate drill and made it toughened her a little for the race. But I think she's a work in progress, even today being said.
Race number 7 begins the new wager, the $3 late pick 3 with a low 15% takeout. And we're going 1 mile on the turf course for fillies and mares. allowance optional claiming types, non-winners of one other than. We've got a field of 9, and number 4, Hana Buckle, is the lukewarm 7-2 morning line favorite. We kind of just got an indication of what's to come next, and that's a replay because 4 of these 9 runners entered in race number 7 exit the same race. It was on closing day at Del Mar. It was actually the closing day's final race as well. It was on September 8th. It was the 11th race. And I want you to watch a number of runners in here from a replay standpoint. Number 1, Monjica will break from post position number 12. This is her first start in the United States in the replay we're about to watch. She was very rank and unsettled early. I have a feeling that's why trainer Mark Ladd is adding the blinkers. Likewise, on the far outside in today's race, number 9, Mahina, will break from post position number 9. She's also going to be caught wide pretty much every step of the way and puts in a good rally late. And also keep your eyes, if you can, on the runner with the saddle cloth, number 5, Lady Claypool, down the backside. You'll see she gets caught in trouble, has to steady, drop back down on the rail, and she finished kind of full of run as well. So when we watch this replay and listen to Trevor Denman describe the action, watch the runners breaking from post positions 5, 9, and 12.
And away they go. Rugluck broke beautifully on the inside and sets off for the lead. Center of the track is Annie's Joy right there with them. Pleasant Wave is showing speed as well. On the outside of those two, we have Irresistible Force. Just behind them is Lady Claypool in the gold cap. Alongside of her comes Special Flower in the weight, 5 lengths off the leaders. They're going a good pace. Andiamo Ragazzo is down at the rail. Then we come back to Grace Period. Shocking Grey is third last and 10 lengths off the leaders. Then it's Monjica and last of all, Mahina. Strung out over a lot of ground. They're going a decent pace out here. The leader is the favorite, Rugluck. Rugluck in front and keen to go on now, leading by a length and a half. Annie's Joy is racing along in second. Irresistible Force on the far side, and Cornelia Fort is in fourth. In behind that comes Pleasant Wave at the rail. Andiamo Ragazza making a bit of headway, moves up to fifth. Special Flower is 7 lengths off the leaders. Lady Claypool in the blue is making headway. Behind that comes Grace Period. Then comes Shocking Grey, a good 12 lengths off the leaders. Mahana is behind that, and last of all is Monjica. They are coming to the quarter pole, and Rugluck looking strong on the lead now. Rugluck going on for home. He opens up to lead by 3 lengths. Annie's Joy plugging away second. Now here's Shocking Grey on the outside, coming with a nice run. Homeward bound, they have to get to Rugluck, who's full of run. Rugluck well clear here. Shocking Grey finishing well. Down at the rail, Cornelia Ford. But it's all Rugluck out here moving like a winner. And Rugluck and Umberto Rispoli win it easy.
Toby, nobody was going to catch Rugluck on the lead wire to wire that day, but we can see number 9 on the outside here in the royal blue silks basically make up some late ground. Had some trouble, as I mentioned. A lot of runners in here with some trouble, but I do know you like one of those runners that we just watched the replay for.
Yeah, I like the one that was absolutely widest of all there on the far outside, and the pace made that race. That was a slow pace and made to order for a wind machine named Rugluck there, and any horse that was going to try to close was running against the flow, as they like to say, and certainly Mahina was running not only against the flow, but had to swing about 8-9 wide there, and a hopeless kind of a trip. So she's genuine. She'll be running on again today, but the trip might be just as tricky here. There's not a lot of speed in the race, but I got a lot of confidence in Hector Berrios. He's a master at cutting the corner with these types and finding that seam and making that winning rally, especially on the turf. And hopefully that's the way it'll go. That's the way I have it mapped out anyway. I do believe the 3 horse is an excellent price in here for Phil D'Amato. Much improved horse down at Del Mar. In fact, training very strongly all summer long at Del Mar. And I believe the last race was just, I think, a leg up race to stretch out today from the 5 furlong race. Look at who won that race, Just Nails. That horse won gigantic down the hill here last week. So big 10-1 on this horse. And look who's riding this one, Rispoli. He was hot as a firecracker yesterday here with 3 big wins.
Race number 8 begins the $5 late daily double with a 15% takeout. It's for maiden special weights, a mile and a 16th on the main track. All 8 are 3-year-olds. There's only 8 running because that's the original morning line favorite. Number 9, Magnify, has been declared out of the race. The new likely morning line favorite will be number 4, Miramati, going sprint route. Also for Bob Baffert with Juan Hernandez in the saddle. Is today cap and gown day for Miramati?
Well, do we want to count all the stars there?
Let's see. We got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times beaten favorite.
And some. I actually did a seminar this day with Dan Smith down at Del Mar, and he was asking me, why has this horse been a heavy favorite all these stars? I said, well, that's easy. That's because of the name.
Of course.
That's the next question.
Frank has a lot of friends.
That and the fact that this horse almost beat Prince of Monaco in the Del Mar Futurity also might have had something to do with it there too. But with all that said, we'll see what happens on the stretch out here today. I think that the Pete Miller horse is going to be awfully hard to beat. This is a horse that does not look like a router, but yet he gets the route. He's got a tremendous amount of intrinsic speed, and I'm really interested in watching this rider, Serafin Carmona. I really believe that this rider has a lot of untapped potential, and I'm waiting to see him ride a few live horses. Hopefully this will be one of them. Good horse race here with the 6 and the 4.
He's a 36-year-old 5-pound apprentice bug boy. You've seen him, though, in the mornings, Toby, because he used to be an exercise rider for Kristen Mulhall, amongst others. So I'm sure you know exactly who he is, and he won a bunch of races at Canterbury Park. Good to see him back in Southern California trying to make a name for himself.
I really like his tactics, the way he rides races. Just looks like he communicates with the horse, and I really love to see him stick around.
We close out the day in race number 9 with our feature race on the card. It's the California Distaff Handicap. $100,000 guaranteed for Calbred fillies and mares coming down the Hillside Turf Course, which is a 6.5 furlong distance. We've got a field of 11 after the program scratch of the 12. Number 7, Stay and Scam, is the 5-2 morning line favorite. Race number 9 is also the only race on every day's card, or I should say the final race, where we offer $1 super high five wagering. Before we get your thoughts on the race, Toby, we want to watch a replay, and that would be a replay for a big long shot in here. Number 2, Reba from the Lee Baraccio barn. Last time out, she kind of had trouble at the start. She also had traffic trouble during the running of the race. She sprinted 6 furlongs that day. She gets an extra half furlong today, and she kind of likes the hill. She's only tried it 3 times with 1 second place finish. Let's watch Revelation break from post position number 2, and you be the judge as to whether or not this trouble is significant, and maybe you can upgrade her chances to win today at a big price.
They're in the gate, and they're off. It's a quick start for Excelia. Jennifer's Delight is up close in the early stages, too. And now in between horses, here's Ivory Moon. So Ivory Moon takes the lead from Excelia. Those two are 1-2. Jennifer's Delight 3 deep in 3rd. Shin Jedi racing in between horses, and Party on Girl at the rail now takes 4th. They're followed by Lovin' on the Run inside Asada Fries as they come to the half-mile pole. Down at the rail, and Janash, Ragtime Rose second to last, and Revelation trails. Into the far turn, it's Ivory Moon in front, has it by a length and a half with 3 furlongs to run. Shin Jedi now takes second. At the rail, Excelia holding firm in 3rd, followed by Party on Girl, guided off the rail for her bid 4th. A 3 wide Jennifer's Delight is next, racing 2 lengths in front of Lovin' on the Run, top of the stretch, and Ivory Moon with a length and a half lead. Here's Excelia with Rummel on the inside, trying to pounce in second and doing just that. Excelia on the inside, up to put her head in front. In the center of the course, Asada Fries is coming alive, as is Party on Girl. A driving finish, Ivory Moon hanging tough. Ivory Moon got
Toby, Revelation was last and really didn't put any run, and now you can see as they come toward the clubhouse turn, look who's in front. Good old saddlecloth number 3. That doesn't count for those who bet this afternoon at Santa Anita, but maybe today is a different story. Is this who you like on top?
Yes, it is. In fact, the horse didn't run till late because the horse didn't get out until late and had to shift and alter course. Another one that ran way against the flow of the race. There were a lot of troubled horses in that race. This horse was one of them. This was the first race on the big California Crown Day, and I happen to be one of the few that bet that horse last time out, and today I'll be trying to get my money back. And at this price, we'll get it back and more, certainly, if he can find the winning trip. I should say she can. I have a favorite horse in this race showing up, the 7-horse Stay and Scam. I know I've talked about her in shows past and her genuineness. She is just an all race horse, this filly. And interestingly enough, Umberto Rispoli has been on this filly in the last couple of workouts. He secured the mount here, and she was re-breaking, as she usually does in her last work. And she's going back to, let's say, maybe her favorite distance, too. Look at the record here down the hill. So a deserving favorite, number 7, Stay and Scam. But the 2-horse was training with purpose going into that race, did not have clear sailing till way too late, and we saw the gallop out. So a lot of good angles when you're looking at a 20-to-1 shot there.
If you look at the PPs on Stay and Scam, Toby's second choice, you look at her efforts down the hill. Sure, you can see her career record, 4 starts down the hill with 2 wins, a second and a third. But take a look at her second and the third. The second, she just missed by a half length. The third place finish, she missed by a head. So she certainly likes the hill. And here's an interesting statistic for trainer Doug O'Neill, exclusively for this meet alone. Doug O'Neill has started 29 runners so far this meet. He's 0 for 11 on the main track, yet he's 5 for 18 on the turf course. Bit of an anomaly, but certainly hitting at a 28% win clip on the turf course is trainer Doug O'Neill. He'll see if he can add to that win percentage today. Before we go, Toby, I'm going to thank you in just a moment, but let's take a look at the Coast to Coast Pick 5, the very popular low takeout wager with $1 minimum wager size. It begins with Santa Anita's race 3 today. 2 o'clock Pacific time is when things kick off for the Coast to Coast Pick 5. Always pays generously. Make sure you get involved. As you can see, 3 of the 5 races today are right here from the Great Race Place. Also, keep in mind we have holiday racing this weekend. We race both tomorrow and Monday. Both days we start at 1 p.m. Pacific time, and both days we have 9 races. Toby, it's always a pleasure to have you on the seminar. We always learn something new whenever you're our guest. Keep up the great work. Thanks for the insight, and I'll see you down where the turf meets the surf.
You betcha.
Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a great afternoon, and good luck.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for our national anthem.